Hi, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so first of all, I just want to apologize for not making any videos for like probably a couple months now. I put a lot of pressure on myself to kind of make this channel like cohesive or make it all about one thing, and that's just not me. I'm not a one domain kind of guy. And my point is, I want my channel to be about everything. I want to do different kinds of videos, like astrology videos, yoga videos, maybe hair videos. I like to make natural products, so maybe I'll show you guys some of that. Maybe I'll talk about just something that interests me that week. Like, I love animals, I want to talk about animals. I want it to be an educational channel of self-love. That's pretty much the big theme. And you can love yourself in a multitude of different ways. I did that as my intro. Sorry that I haven't made a video in a while, but I decided that I'm going to make my channel just about everything, not just one or two things. That being said, today I want to talk about paying attention to the signs. Everybody believes in something different, but I personally believe that there's angels, and if you don't want to call them angels, you can call it spirits or just something from the universal realm. Universal. I say a lot. I realize that. So, what was I saying? Angels. Angels send you messages almost every second of every day. You're getting a message. A lot of times we just don't really notice them. The easiest things to start noticing is going to be numbers. So repeating numbers, like if you see 333 on the clock, or let's say you go to the gas station and the gas price is $2.22. That actually happened to me the other day. Or if your friend calls you at exactly, and the time length that you've been on the phone is 5 minutes and 55 seconds, that would be a repeating number. Or it doesn't have to just be repeating numbers, but that's the easiest thing. It means something. And anytime your attention is directed to a specific number, whether it's repeating or not, it could be like 628, or you know, you're riding on the highway and you look at a license plate exactly and see the number 325. You know, that means something for you because your attention was drawn to it for a reason. Something is taking your head and turning it and saying, look at this. And you have no idea that that's what's happening, but that's what is happening. I have this amazing website called Sacred Scribe Angel Numbers. My mom actually showed me this, and it has like been a game changer for me. I look this up anytime on my phone when I'm out and about and I feel like something's calling to me. I always look up the numbers, and it always resonates with the situation that's actually at hand. It is the most accurate website that I've found and that she's found. A link in the description for it. The Synchronicity, and that's not just angels, it's just like the universe in general synchronizes things. I just like to think of it as like a greater force. I know angels kind of makes some people uncomfortable with that word, but you can apply that to whatever your personal beliefs are. So, for instance, if you're talking about shooting stars with your friends and then all of a sudden your mom texts you and says, oh, there was a big shooting star in Los Angeles that she just watched on the news. That would be an example of synchronicity, when things just kind of link up and there's a connection that you may or may not be able to pinpoint what it is, but you can feel that there's some kind of connection between these things. Like when I I also went and applied for college. I'm leaving February 5th, so my whole room, scenery, colors are probably going to change soon. No, they will change soon. Don't know why I said probably. But I'm going to school in Iowa. It's a consciousness-based education. I'm really excited. I'm going to post a video actually of my trip there. That's another reason why I haven't posted, because I was doing all this college stuff. But I'm going to post another video of my trip going there. It was amazing. I loved it. I am so ready to go. But When I went to Iowa, which is where the school is, this woman who was the mother to these two boys who were applying to the school, she happened to have the same birthday as my dad, and they like all talked about, like during their road trip to Iowa, they all talked about the same things that me and my friend and my father had talked about on the road trip to Iowa. And it was really interesting because like we all felt it. It was kind of crazy. And when you're in perfect accordance with nature and with the universe, which means, you know, you're acting out of principle, you're not acting out of what you want or what you think you need, you're loving yourself and you're loving nature. When you're doing those things, that's when synchronicity really starts to appear more often. Also, I want to talk about resonating. So some people don't really know what that really means. Resonating just basically means anything that speaks to you, anything that draws your attention to you. Like if you're into football resonates with you. There's a reason that football resonates with you. If you're into gymnastics like I am, I'm very into flexibility things, all that kind of stuff. There's a reason for that. It is calling out to your soul. It's something that you need to learn. There's something there that you need to master, that you need to understand. So anytime you feel like, I really want to research this topic today, that's something that resonates with you. Or if you feel like a certain zodiac sign really resonates with you, like let's say you're not, let's say you're a Taurus sun, but you really feel like you resonate with Geminis, you might have some strong afflicting Gemini planets in your chart. So you know, that would be it resonating with you. So pay attention to what resonates with you. Only you can know what resonates with you. So those can also be signs. Anything, like something that day that resonates with you might be trying to tell you something. You know, research this. And if being offended, so if something offends you, that is also a sign for you to learn more about yourself, because nothing in this world should offend you. You should never take things personally, because every single human being on this planet is here to grow karmically, to learn their karmic lessons and master them and proceed on to their next stage of spiritual evolution. Every single human being, whether you believe in this stuff or not, that is what we are here for. So if you are offended because somebody calls you like a spiritual freak, or somebody says that you don't believe in God because you follow astrology, or if somebody says that your forehead's really big or whatever, like nothing is personal. People are just, they're battling their own demons, and sometimes they take it out on us, just like we've probably done to many other people too. Like, it's nothing personal. So if you get offended, that's a sign to really sit back, reevaluate your life, and understand what is happening that is really making you upset. Does it really matter? Does it really matter? You know, what are you supposed to learn? Because everything is a lesson. So what are you taking away? And taking away anger from the situation is not going to help you progress. It's only going to help you take steps backwards. So try to understand why you're offended. Like, if you get offended, sit back and ask yourself, like, really think, like, what am I offended? Like, why does this upset me? Understand the nature of human beings. Understand that we're all here doing the same thing. And sometimes we misplace our emotions onto others. So don't do the same thing. Just because somebody else does it doesn't mean now you have the right to go misplace your emotions on somebody else. So just think about it. And finding weird items. This is another sign that pops up very often for me. So if you're ever out and you see something on the ground and you pick it up and it's just something weird, like for instance, we found a Pokemon card on the ground. I mean, and we'd just been talking about Pokemon and like the symbolic meaning of Pokemon and all that stuff, and Atlantis, we'd been talking about Atlantis and what that means, and we found this Pokemon card and it had the symbol for Atlantis on the Pokemon card, and it was just crazy. Like it really was crazy how I found that. And then, you know, one time I remember I was really sad and I was walking down the road, and all of a sudden, like, I'm looking down at the ground and there's this perfectly placed rose, like right on the ground, a bright, perfectly bloomed, beautiful red rose, perfect, just on the ground in front of me. And I was crying, and I was so upset. And this rose, it was just there, and it was calling to me, and it just like really made me stop and appreciate life, and like, it happens for a reason. And that's why I wanted to make this video, because I think that paying attention to the signs is a perfect start to trying to make those connections. As long as you're open to learning, that's all that matters. Just because you don't know exactly what it means yet, that's okay. Just seeing that there is connections to be made out there in the universe, and the only person who can make them is you. So look up the meaning of items. So if you go on Google and type in, for instance, if you find a feather, type in on Google spiritual meaning of feather, spiritual meaning of a flower, a certain type of flower, rose, daisy, sunflower. I hope you guys keep your head up, stay positive. Things happen for a reason, so never feel like your life is just in shambles or that there's nothing you can do. Everything is to help you learn. I hope that this helps anyone who needs it, and I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful week.